with most of his friends moving on and leaving town and him being stuck behind in this small town in his family home, the tone of Trey's videos has shifted.
Today I'm ranting on something a little bit anime unrelated. I'm ranting on all the shootings that have been happening. It is a little bit disturbing to know that you could be a victim in something like this at these times. All the people that were victims, you think it won't happen to me, but sometimes it does.
This concern, this anxiety he has about gun violence, I think it is quite natural to be worried about it and to want to talk about it.
But just 2 months later, the tone has changed again.
Personally, if an army invades and starts walking down the city blowing people up, I will be firing at them, and I imagine that everyone else with a gun would be too.
One of the most glaring contradictions is that in the first video, he is very much against gun violence, whereas in the second video, he's holding a huge gun and he's almost advocating ownership of guns.
I didn't really think much of it because he was living in Texas, but I did wonder why he was saying these sorts of things.
Countries that ban citizens from having guns,
in a relatively short space of time, we're seeing paranoia creep in.
Not being able to protect themselves from invading countries. Countries that allow their citizens to have guns, boom, shoot each other.
I think the rest of the family, they didn't know about his YouTube channel. Maybe he wasn't able to share with them because they might criticize it.
Trey Sessler, signing out.
But I think that was when he decided, I'm going to be real Trey now.
My grandmother passed away a while ago, and now I moved in.
When Trey was 21,
His grandmother had passed away, so he moved into her empty house in a neighboring town. This would be the first time that Trey had independence, autonomy, the first time that he was living away from home.
This is it behind me. The house is actually featured in my new film. And while I think it might actually be haunted in real
That's
life,
where we have a darker turn in his life. Whatever supervision he was having in Waller with his family, it did help him to some degree stay on the right path. Now that was gone.
At that point, one of Trey's brother Mark's friends needed a place to stay for a short period of time, and Trey kindly offered up his home.
He was very paranoid while he was staying at that home. Because actually one time I knocked on his door, and I peek in and I see Trey, he's holding a gun, and he's just like, oh, okay, it's Ryan. And he goes and walks and puts it back in his room. He was just afraid just in case somebody broke in. You know, he was always trying to be prepared. He was real nervous and scared. And every night I went to sleep, he gave me a loaded gun to keep. I just kind of took it and I just kind of spun it and kept it away from myself.
To me, I wonder whether some sort of mental illness is developing, something like depression or bipolar.
After spending just 4 nights there, okay, it's time to get out of there. Because he was just keeping guns way too close.
The very fact that he's freaking out his friends, people that know him really well, is a huge red flag.
and things start getting even darker.
Oh, how you doing, everyone? It's Mr. Anime. Or you can call me Trey. You can call me the guy that does the video game reviews. You can call me the guy that does all the gun stuff now.